everyone, I hope you are ready for another yoga class with me. This week I'm posting up 2 yoga classes. This is the first one. It's going to be a more active one. It's going to be around 30 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer, and it's going to be based on the first part of the rocket yoga sequence, building fluidity of movement, self-awareness, strengthen your arms and strengthen your core, preparing you to move towards forearm stand with a sense of playfulness and energy rather than a sense of fear or forcefulness. So we're going to be enjoying what our bodies can do and not worrying about what our bodies can't do. Please don't practice if you have any injuries or ailments at the moment. Just pause this video, take a deep breath, check in with yourself, and if you feel ready to go, join me on the mat. Otherwise, I will see you when you are feeling fit and well. We're going to start the class today at the front of my mat, or your mat, the front of our mat. So roll out your mats, put your Spotify on, something fun, a little bit peppy but not too crazy, and enjoy. So we're going to start this class at the front of our mat, just bringing that awareness into the body, bringing the breath back to the front of our awareness. So taking the feet hip distance apart, take a really big inhale, lift your hands up, reach to the ceiling, push down through the feet. Exhale, relax those hands down. Really empty the lungs. We're going to do this twice more. Inhale, lift the toes, draw the low belly up and in, lift through the fingertips, stretch and enjoy. Just bringing ourselves into our body. Inhale, sweep up. Draw the belly button in, press down through the feet, lengthen up through the fingertips. Everything is active, awareness is into the body. Exhaling, letting go, letting settle anything you don't need to bring to your practice today. This next half an hour or so is just you and me and the mat. So we're going to come down very quickly, just to do a few more bits of warm-up. So I want you to come down onto your knees. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Draw your core in. And I want you to imagine your belly button has a kind of felt tip attached and you're trying to draw a circle through the air. And then you're going to start bringing the hands into that circle. So as the belly button drops, you kind of loosen up, bend the elbows a little bit. As the belly button lifts, you straighten your hands. A few circles one way, a few circles the other way, deep breaths. Lovely. When you're ready, you're going to sit back onto your bent toes and start stretching your feet. You're going to bring the hands forward and out. Just draw circles with the wrists. And as you inhale, the wrists are going to come up slightly. And as you exhale, they're going to come down. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe change direction last time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rising up, give the toes a little tap. Exhale, bring the hands back down under the shoulders. And this time I'm going to show you an alternative for chaturanga. If you find during your practice it's a little bit too much, it's also a great core workout before we start our real flow. So bring the knees together, feet together. I want you to stack your hips slightly forward. So normally we'll come down during our flow, we'll find this plank position, and then we'll lower to chaturanga. If that's too much for you, then bring the hips just forward of the knees. Keep the core engaged, so I don't want to see any of this. I want you to draw up through the ribcage, hook the hips forward, keep the arms strong, and bend the elbows backwards and into the sides as the heart lifts forwards. And then you can turn that into your up dog or your cobra. And then as you come out of it, you bend the elbows to neutralize the spine, roll through the knees, and come up. So we're all going to do 3 little chaturanga press-ups, practicing engaging that core, and then we're going to roll up to stand. So toes together, knees there, hips forward, cupping in, nice core, switched on. Imagine all of the motion is forward really, and just your elbows draw backwards, tractioning through the mat. 1, inhale up. 2, exhale down. Inhale up. 3, exhale down. Inhale up. And then roll onto the feet, stepping forward. Exhale, allow the whole body to release, shake it all out, maybe have a little bump. So what I mean by bumping is when I just kind of shake the body into a forward fold. And this practice is going to get intense, it's going to get crazy. So just take a few seconds, 3 more super deep breaths in your own time, breathing in, filling the rib cage, feeling the back of the rib cage. Opening, opening, feeling the ribs, opening, opening, and exhale, let it all out. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. And last time. Inhale, vertebra by vertebra, keeping the hips engaged, pushing forward, rolling up into a standing position and coming to the front of your mat. So we'll start with our Suriname scars. I'm going to jazz them up a little bit. Then we'll go into the flow on each side, practicing for that forearm stand strength. On an inhale, bring your feet together. Feel your chest rise up. Feel those shoulders settle down on an exhale. Coming into your Samastiti, allow that breath to move freely through the rib cage. Inhaling, feeling your top of your belly, your diaphragm area rise. Feeling your chest rise, feeling your shoulders open. Really experience drinking in that oxygen. And on the exhale, your shoulders move away from your ears. You're grounding down, you're settling. I am here, I am ready to practice. On the next inhale, sweep your hands up, gaze up, lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, fold forward, draw low belly in, allow the top of the head to lean towards the floor, rib cage towards thighs. Inhale, lift and lengthen, long straight spine, drawing the shoulder blades back into their sockets, drawing the belly button up and in, rib cage towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant the hands down, bend the knees as much as you need to, and step or hop back into your plank or chaturanga position. If you're in plank, take an extra inhale. And use an exhale, keeping the body nice and active, lowering down, keeping the core drawing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift up, keep the elbows bent, roll the legs onto the floor. You can either come to an up dog, lifting the knees, squeezing the bum slightly, drawing the chest forward. Feet are the anchors, stopping you from pushing your body forward. Or you can keep the thighs on the floor, bend the elbows slightly, hips to the ground, shrugging the shoulders back away from the ears. Big inhale, long neck. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, press up, draw the rib cage up to the ceiling, roll through the spine into your first downward dog. Bending the knees. Maybe dancing to whatever music you've got on. Maybe shaking or nodding the head. So this first downward dog allows us a moment to breathe super deep. See if you can hear your breath. And it's time to feel into the body. Where are you today? What's your body telling you? Has it been a while since you've been on the mat? Maybe have you been pushing yourself too much? Maybe are you tired? Just experiencing what's there. That is learning. Okay, on the next inhale, I want you to roll your body forward, step shoulders over wrists, push, push, push the ground away. Exhale, bend the knees, hop or step the feet to the hands. Inhale, slightly up, half fold. Exhale, fold forward, release the shoulders, nice long exhale. And then on an inhale, push your feet into the ground, energize, lifting the hands all the way up. Exhale, release. We're going to go again. Inhale, sweep the hands up, draw the belly button in, long, active body. Exhale, fold forward, that moment of release, of grounding. I am here. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half spine. Shoulders slot back into place. Long neck, tuck the chin slightly in. Exhale, place the hands on the floor. Leaning some weight in, spread the fingers wide, wrists and shoulders in line, and really push, seeing if you can take some weight out of the feet into the hands, and then hop or step back. Shoulders stacked over wrists, pushing the ground away. Maybe you're in your chaturanga. Those of us in plank, that extra inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down, keep the core and hips tucking slightly forwards. Lift up, up dog or cobra, your choice, all the way through this class. Exhale, draw the belly button in, lead with the rib cage as it draws up towards the ceiling, rolling over to a downward dog. Again, breathe deep here. When I'm asking you to breathe deep, it's not because I don't believe you're breathing. I think you can do that on your own. It's because I want you to draw your awareness into the experience of how the body is right now. Not looking forward, not setting expectations for yourself, just experiencing what's going on right now. Scanning from the fingertips to the toes, feeling every part of your body you can. Bringing all that awareness and intelligence we use day to day to look outside our body, to do things, and drawing that inside our body to be ourselves. Lovely. On the next inhale, we're having some fun again. We're going to roll that weight forward. Exhale, bend the knees, keep the hips high. Hop or step the feet to your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold once you're there. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, gaze up to the fingertips. Exhale, release. We've got 3 more to go, but I'm going to jazz them up. Inhale, reach the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, folding forward. Lifting up on an inhale. And folding back down again, placing the hands down, stepping back on an exhale. Taking that extra inhale, if we're in plank, keep those hips cupping forward, strong through the shoulders, powering into the fingertips, almost rotating the hands into the ground. Lowering down on an exhale. Inhale, lift the chest, let it rise between the shoulders, let the shoulders move away from the ears, lengthen, lengthen, up and forward. Exhale, use that hinging to bring awareness back to the core as we come into our downward dog. A moment to settle here, and then on an inhale, we're going to take the left foot, step it outside the edge of the mat, and bend the knees, slowly semicircling the buttocks to get a stretch through the right side of our body. Hand is still planted. With an exhale, bring that foot back into line, step the right foot just off the mat, bend into that knee, and again, semicircling, sweeping the buttocks down as we bend the knee to get a stretch into the other side of our body, keeping that stretch super nice and juicy by extending and planting through both hands. With an exhale, bring those feet back. Inhale, roll the weight forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hop, step or jump your feet to the front of the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale, press into the ground, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, release the hands down, feel grounded, feel the feet on the floor. Inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up, open heart. Exhale, folding forward. Lifting up with that inhale, finding length, heart reaching forward. And planting the hands as you exhale, bending the knees, hopping, stepping, jumping your way back into either your plank or your chaturanga. On an inhale, we lift up. Remember that extra breath with the plank. On an exhale, we roll over, downward dog. Again, find that moment, regain your breath, plant your fingertips and your toes down. On an inhale, take the right leg, lift it to the sky, bend the knee. We're going to draw some circles here with our right leg, lifting and trying to keep the rest of the body nice and set in its shape, just moving through the hip. Trying to draw circles with our bent knee. With an inhale, stretch that leg out to straight, point the toe, press through the hands, draw the belly button in. Exhale, super slowly, peacefully, calmly, bringing that foot back to the floor. Inhale, sweeping up with the left leg. Exhale, bending the knees, keeping the shoulders straight. And again, circles. All the rest of your body is set in shape and you're just drawing circles with that hip. One direction. And then the other, keeping that breath super smooth. And with an inhale, straighten that leg back up. And with an exhale, super slowly bringing that leg down to the ground. Inhale, roll the weight forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hop or step the feet to hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, rolling through the spine. Exhale, relax. Last one for Forearm Namaskara 8. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, press those hands down, take the weight into the hands, lifting the feet off the floor, maybe stepping back, plank or chaturanga. Extra breath in plank, then lowering down. Inhale, lifting through to an up dog or a cobra, drawing the shoulders back, heart open, anchoring through the tops of the feet. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward dog. Breathing fully here. Here we're going to do some bends and some rolls. We're going to inhale, roll onto the top of the feet, push through the hands. Exhale, see if you can take those buttocks all the way down towards the heels. Inhale, stretch right onto the top of the feet, push through the hands. Exhale down. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, a little hop. Exhale down. Inhale, a little hop. Whoa, brought that from nowhere. Inhale, a little hop. Exhale down. Inhale, a little hop. Exhale down. Keeping those arms straight and strong, pushing through the floor. Keeping that ribcage knitted up into the torso. So rather than letting there be a lot of fluidity through the torso, you draw the ribcage up and in. So that when you move, it's just the legs powering you. Wonderful. When you're ready, using that sense of little hop to make your way to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen. An exhale, fold. And an inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, release. Wonderful. Moving on to Forearm Namaskara B. Toes together, heels slightly apart. Exhale, bend down with the hips. Keep the knees back so you can see the toes. Draw in with the belly and the ribcage knitted into the torso. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Powerful stance, Uttanasana. Gazing up to the thumbs if you like. One more inhale. Exhale, fold forward, release down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, long straight spine. Exhale, plant those hands just like we have, hopping, stepping back to your chaturanga or your plank. Lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest, up dog. Exhale, draw the belly button in, feel controlled, down dog. On the next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky, pointing the toe. Exhale, curl the knee into the chest, move the torso forward, shoulders stack over wrists. Feel the core begin to turn on. Step that foot between the hands. Maybe it takes a few steps and a bit of maneuvering. And then inhale, sweep up with the hands. long, drawing up in the fingertips so the lats, the side of your body, feel like they're stretching up, but your torso feels like it's planting down through super strong feet. On the next exhale, planting down with your hands stepping back, lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest, open the heart. Exhale, roll back downward dog. Repeat on the other side. Inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhale, rolling it in. Really contracting that core, drawing the knees high up to the chest as you can, stepping it forward. Take a moment, use the inhale, press down through the feet, sweep up through the hands, feel energized. And again, fingers together if you like, tips of the fingers reaching up, but using that core to ground down, pressing through the feet. Exhale, plant the hands down. Stepping back, lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Breathing here, 5 breaths, or at least 5 counts. So this is your reset, this is your rest. We've got 2 more of these Suriname B's coming up. So maybe you take this time to come down onto the knees and catch your breath, or maybe you stay up in your downward dog. Okay, wherever you are, you can practice hopping, you can practice jumping, or maybe you just step all the way to the front of your mat and then inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up into your Uttasana, bend the knees, sweep the hands up. Power posture. Exhale, release. And again, inhale, bend the knees, sweep the hands up, draw the rib cage into the torso. Press through the feet, feel powerful. Exhale, on the next exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half spine. Exhale, plant the hands. Stepping, hopping, jumping back, whatever feels good for you. And lowering to a chaturanga. Inhale, lift through the chest, opening. Exhale, rolling back, downward dog. Inhale, lift through the right leg, sweeping it up. Exhale, curling it in, knee towards the back of the arm, step forward. Inhale, sweep up the hands, this time keeping them open, spreading the fingers, feeling that energy through the arms. Exhale, plant it down. Stepping back, keep that core nice and strong. Lengthen through the chest as we lower down to chaturanga, use the knees if you need to. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Coming back to downward dog. Same thing, left side, reaching that left leg up. Exhale, curling it in, feeling that core switch on. Coming up into our warrior, spread fingers, bend knee. On the next exhale, bringing the hands down, stepping back, lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Breathing here. Maybe tucking the chin into the chest. Maybe drawing that ribcage up. Maybe playing with rolling the heels. Finding whatever soothes you in downward dog. I often find stillness is the best thing to calm my busy, busy mind. But we are all different. When you're ready, inhale, roll the weight forward. Exhale, little bend of the knees, hop or step the feet to the front of the mat. With an exhale, release into a fold. With an inhale, drawing it up to that Uttasana position. With an exhale, relaxing down. Okay, one more to go. You got this. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. As we plant the hands back down, exhaling, stepping, jumping, hopping back into our plank or chaturanga, lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, plant the feet,
plant the hands rolling into the downward dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg strong and straight, really reaching it out. And then exhale, draw the core in, roll that body forward, shoulders over wrists, pressing through the hands. Inhale, lifting up to your warrior, back foot is slightly cupped around. Exhale, this time arm come up to a cactus position, elbows in line with shoulders. Spreading the fingers wide, drawing those elbows back, feeling the rhomboids or the muscles between our shoulder blades engage. Breathe, inhale, open the heart. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Stepping back, lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot up to the sky, straight and strong. Exhale, rolling it through, stepping it forward into your warrior. Use an inhale, power through the legs, lift up through the hands. Exhale, elbows in line with shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. Rhomboids engaged, heart is open. Draw up in the core to protect the low back. Maybe bend slightly backwards. And then with an exhale, bringing those hands back down to the ground. Stepping back, lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Breathing here. Now I would recommend, if you are feeling out of breath, to bring it to the knees for a moment. Maybe stretch into the wrists slightly by pouring the ground in different directions. Because the next thing we're going to do is a little practice of jumping forward into a tuck handstand. Don't be afraid, you don't have to be able to do it. We're just going to have a little fun because the transition next is into a Bakasana and then crow. So it's Utkatasana, Bakasana. So it's that power pose, that chair pose, and then crow. So I'm going to demonstrate coming into downward dog. We're going to be aiming to have a little handstand and then coming into our crow. So when you're ready, the tuck is going to be scary. So I just want you to focus on keep pushing through the arms, no floppy bent arms, press through the arms, spread the fingers wide, the gaze is slightly forward, you're drawing up in the core, keeping the torso solid by knitting the ribs in, knitting the belly button to spine, and you're just going to try and kick your own bum with your heels. And just try that 2 or 3 times, and then see how slowly, with an exhale, you can ease your feet towards the ground. Use your breath. And then once you get into this position, this little squatty position, we're going to all work on our Bakasana together, so join us here. And we're going to bring the knees into the elbows, into the armpits, or either side of the triceps. Plant those hands forward, shoulder distance apart, and your shoulders are going to come over your fingertips, your elbows are going to stack over your wrists, and that's all I want you to think about. So I want you to bring your hips up towards the sky, keep squeezing into the armpits or the sides of the triceps, squeeze with the legs, stack elbows and wrists, keep moving forward, and you'll be here. And already you've got a load of weight in the hands, so don't worry if this is too much. Maybe lifting 1 leg, maybe 2. Maybe if this is super easy, jumping back from your Bakasana. Okay, so have a practice with that. Once you've jumped back through your Bakasana or stepped back, you come through your Chaturanga, inhale up dog, and meet us in downward dog. So everyone together having a little time to practice that Bakasana. Just practice, maybe practice just rolling the weight into the hands, having a little fun, and then meet us back in that downward dog. So now we're in that downward dog. This is where the work starts. We've got 10-15 more minutes, but it's going to be all the forearms, and we're going to really start to get into that strength building aspect of the practice. If you already feel pooped, now's a great time to stop, say that is my practice done, and move on to the warm down video that I'll post along with this video. So everyone that's joining me for that last little bit of energizing flow, coming into your downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, just like we've been doing, we're going to step it forward into our lunge, cupping the back foot round, sweeping up. While we're here, we have some more time to fine tune. So keeping the hips square to the short edge of your mat, drawing the core up and in, drawing the ribcage in, gets us nice and ready for our inversion, and bending that a little bit more into our front knee. Use the exhale to really press through the feet as if you're trying to rip the mat apart. That teaches you what muscles you're engaging. Maybe you can even draw inwards on the adductor muscles, the inside leg muscles, to get that extra bit of engagement. All about experiencing what your body can do. With the next exhale, bring the hands to the chest and lean forward so your body's in a nice straight line, heel to the top of the head. With an inhale, lift onto the back toe and press into the front foot, coming into warrior 3. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you want to hover here. Maybe you want to reach out the hands. Breathe deep wherever you are. We're not going to spend long here. Nice. Gently rotating the hips open, opening the fingertips to the floor, coming into half moon. Keep that top leg open. Maybe you can hover all the way off the ground. And then this is the tricky bit. How slowly with an exhale can you bend into your warrior 2? So you can just try that 1 or 2 more times, finding that gentle exhale back. Maybe we're still working on it. That's fine. Coming into that warrior position, gazing over the front fingertips. Bend that little bit further than you think you can. Draw the ribcage in, belly up and in, so you're pressing the hips forward. This is the way to get engagement. These are the little movements that I want you to be feeling to enjoy your yoga practice a little bit more. With an inhale, lift that front hand. Coming into a revolved warrior. Exhale, bringing that hand down towards the shin, straightening the front leg, coming into Trikonasana. Breathing here, seeing if you can really feel that you're rolling the top hip open, rolling the top rib cage to the ceiling, and lengthening through that top hand so you lift weight out of your bottom hand. Breathe deep. With an inhale, draw that belly button in, sweep up. Keep those arms outstretched. Exhale, pivot on the back foot, maybe stepping it in slightly. And rotate, so the front leg is still straight, but we're coming into revolve Trikonasana. So maybe your hand's on your shin, or maybe it's on the floor. And we're twisting the belly button to face the opposite side of the room. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bring that right hand down, bending into the knee, coming into a side stretch. So you can keep the forearm down on the knee, lifting the hands over. What I want to see is this lovely line, this power line of energy, reaching from fingertip to the side of foot. All of this is opening the low body, as well as keeping the arms strong, keeping the core strong. So don't slouch into it. See if you can lift the side away from the bent knee. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, pivot round. Take that right hand behind you to meet your left hand. Pivot onto the back toes, so you're coming into a lunge facing forward. Take an inhale, draw the hands away from you, lift the heart. Exhale, fold into your humble warrior. Breathing here, try not to let the hips roll out to either side of your mat. Try and keep in one long line. Using that exhale to really release into it. On the next inhale, sweeping up, hands come up. Exhale, hands come back down to chest. We find that long line with our body again, but this time twisting, elbow over the right leg, left elbow over the right leg, coming into a twist. You can stay here, tucking the buttocks back into the center of the mat, Or if you'd like to, use an inhale, lift that back foot, roll the weight onto the front foot, coming into a balance. Lovely, wherever you are, take an inhale, start to unwind. Exhale, plant the hands on the floor. If you're feeling ready, push through your hands, come up onto your toes, lift the foot and step back. If that's a little bit much for you, stepping back into pine. Lowering down through your chaturanga. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Breathing here. And then super slowly with an exhale, lower your knees to the floor. This is the start of our journey to forearm stand. We're going to have 2 attempts at forearm stand. One now, one when we repeat that on the next side. So bring the forearms down to the floor, stack the shoulders over the elbows. Take the knees a little bit away. And first, this is all you need to do for today. Just practicing your engagement. So I'm going to ask you to push the elbows, push through the hands, and immediately you'll see my whole body lifts. That's great. Then I want you to draw your ribcage up and slot your shoulders into your torso, away from your ears. So you've got this really active torso now. You're drawing your core and you're strong. This is enough. This is working those muscles, maybe having a tiny rock forwards and back, tiny micro rock, just to test that engagement. So you notice the difference of this is what we're activating, engaging, and this is where we could be. So if I come up into forearm stand in this deactivated position, I'm here. I've got all these curly whirly bum poking out, kind of arch going on through my torso, and then when I lift, I have very little stabilization in my lower back. Whereas when I come up to my forearm stand, in this activated position, I lift up as one unit. I've got a nice straight back. I lift, lift, lift. And it's much easier to find stability. Lovely. So even I lost it a little bit there. But you'll see it is much easier when you isolate the bits of the muscles that need to be moving rather than wasting time moving bits of your body that you don't. So that's why I'm so keen on you activating. So have a few trials if you want to just stay where you are, otherwise arching the back, pushing into the ground, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up, and then just walking the feet forward. Gaze is a little bit forward. And then when you feel ready, you can lift one foot off the floor. Maybe it's able to go all the way back and counterbalance you up to a forearm stand. Maybe you're here just having a little swap of the legs. Maybe you don't bounce too much. I don't want to see anyone kicking up. So I don't want to see this. If you're going to come up, it's a smooth transfer of weight. So rather than a kick, it's a lift. Wonderful. 2 more goes, guys. Or just come down with me into child's pose. Breathe into the shoulders, breathe into the back. And then everyone together transitioning from child's pose up into downward dog. To take the same movements on the other side. So with an inhale, lift that left leg, power back up, deep breath in. Exhale, rolling forward. Stepping that foot between the hands, cupping the back foot round. Really pressing to the ground, lift up. And again, we have a moment here. Draw the ribcage in, activate through the core, bend into the legs, feel that activity. Shrug the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe deep. One more breath in. Exhale, bring those hands down, straighten the spine, length through from the heel to the top of the head, And then with an inhale, roll onto the back toes, pressing the front foot, coming into your warrior. Maybe you're happy here, maybe you want to stretch the hands out. We're only going to be here for a moment, so really stretch through the legs, try and keep the hips horizontal with the floor. And then with an inhale, roll the hips open so you're lifting that top hip towards the ceiling. Keep that elevated leg up and open the hands out. Maybe you need the floor to stabilize you, maybe you don't. Focus on lengthening head and tip of toe away from each other and the tips of the fingers away from each other. With a calm exhale again, coming into your warrior two. See if you can step rather than fall. Maybe practice a few times. So I'm going to come in this direction, left foot is bent, to try and help you out. In your warrior two, torso, shoulders in line with hips, drawing the core in, straightening the arms out and feeling like a boss. Put that warrior face on. Bend that little bit more into the front knee, push the hips forward, lift up in the core. Inhale, revolve triangle, left hand comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding down, coming into Trikonasana, hand towards shin, lifting and rolling the hips open. Gazing up to the thumb if you can, trying to shrug the shoulders away from the ears and find as much length through the top of the head, but relaxation in the neck as you can. Inhale, lifting that body up, we're going to pivot, taking that back right hand down by the side or onto the shin of the left leg and twisting to revolve to Trikonasana. Triangle pose, but twisted. Push through that back foot, draw up in the core, length through the top of the head. Inhale, sweep it open again, strong active arms. Exhale, bending into the left knee, coming into our side angle pose. Maybe your hand is on the floor, maybe it's not, stretching wherever you are. Push through that grounded back edge of the back foot. On an inhale, knit that core in, power through the legs, up into that lovely position again where you're nice and active, standing. And then sweep that left foot round, come onto the back right toes, interlink the hands behind you. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, here we come, humble warrior. Breathe deep, use the exhale, relax. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart, again finding that long straight spine and twisting, right elbow to left knee. Again, the option here, keep pushing through the hands, drawing up in the core so the core moves away from that bent leg, and maybe you want to lift that back foot off the floor, maybe not. All the options are there for you. When you're ready, use an inhale to unwind slightly, exhale to plant the hands. And again, if you'd like, if you're there, you can push the ground away, slightly hop off that grounded leg into your plank or chaturanga, or just step back. Coming through chaturanga, then up dog with an inhale, exhaling, downward dog. Breathe here for a breath or two. And then coming back onto the knees, going through a forearm stand again. So when you're ready, we know where we're at. Those of you that took a rest down here, maybe you want to come up and do dolphin with us. So elbows and shoulders in line, pushing through the forearms, spreading the fingers, drawing the ribcage up towards the ceiling, tucking the toes. Try not to let the hips buckle at any point. So you see this kind of dip, we want to correct that. I'm really finding it hard today. It's really hard to keep all that awareness pulsing through your body, so just do your best. Inhale, lifting up, and again, walking those feet forward. This is dolphin. Maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you want to nose to thumbs 5 or 6 times. For those of you that want to push, gazing slightly forward, lift the foot, straighten, find your balance. Draw the core in, rib cage in, push, push, push through the hands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the legs, buttocks are up. Okay. And again, maybe you want a few tries, maybe you want a leg switch. Try not to kick up. So kicking up will mean that there's that element of unpredictability. And it allows for those kind of non-active moments to kick in. So sometimes when you kick up, you begin to lose your shoulder girdle. And that lets everything drop a little bit. So keeping that energy there, keeping that activity there, pushing the ground away, drawing the ribcage up, lifting a leg, and then maybe another one. Maybe you need a little kind of tuck off the toes, but no big pushes. Wonderful. If this is super easy for you, you can practice bringing your knees down onto the back of your triceps. Into baby crow. And if you can go back up, you're a better woman than me, or man. Awesome. So keep using your breath when you're ready. You know where we're going. Back down to our child's pose. So everyone joining me in child's pose now. 3 deep breaths. It's been a super active class. So in that child's pose, take as long as you need. I'd love you to do some work on your back right now, so rolling over to your back, stretching your legs. I'm going to move on and teach our relaxation session. That'll be in a different video. It'll be called Rocket Relaxation, so just click onto that for the rest of the relaxation to come. Just 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. Otherwise, I hope you really enjoyed the class. You can donate via PayPal, Medic Yogi. I'll put the links around the video somewhere. Have an amazing rest of your day.